Buchi Emecheta was born on the 21st of July, 1944, in Lagos, Nigeria, to Igbo parents, Alice Emecheta and Jeremy Nwabudinke. Her father, Jeremy, was a railway worker and molder. Her mother, like most women in Lagos at the time, was a petty trader. Buchi loved education from an early age, but because she was female, and the African society at the time was averse to the idea of a well-educated woman, her parents decided not to send her to school. Buchi watched her brothers go to school and felt a deep longing for the kind of intelligence they exuded from her father's compound. Buchi would watch other kids as they went to school and would be filled with a sense of dejection. She started persuading her parents to send her to school with the promise that she would excel and make them proud. Buchi's parents were reluctant at first, but eventually budged, and she enrolled in an all-girls missionary school. All seemed to be going well for Buchi, both at school and at home, when her father was suddenly conscripted to fight for Lord Louis Mountbatten in Burma. In the course of the war, Buchi's father sustained a fatal injury and died. The death of her father threatened to cut short Buchi's dream of being properly educated, as there was no one to sponsor her education. But as fate would have it, she received a full scholarship to Methodist Girls' School in Yaba, Lagos, where she remained until the age of 16. Buchi was betrothed to a young man called Sylvester Nwadi when she turned 11. This was done without her consent because she was a female child who wasn't expected to have a say in her choice of a life partner. The moment Buchi completed secondary school, she was married off to Sylvester and she had her first son the following year. Her husband later moved to London to attend university, and Buchi joined him there. In London, Buchi started having children in quick succession. Her husband was lazy and improvident. He was given to alcoholism and didn't have any job, so the burden of providing for the family rested on Buchi's shoulder. Her husband's waywardness soon started to get in the way of their relationship. He became violent and would beat her up at the slightest provocation. In order to keep her sanity, Buchi began to write in her spare time. Her husband saw her first manuscript and didn't approve of the idea of his wife publishing a book, so he burned it, leaving Buchi in despair. He also beat her up for using child control measures to prevent another pregnancy, as they already had 5 children. When the beatings became unbearable, Buchi walked out of the marriage with her 5 children. Being a single mother and a black woman in London was very arduous at the time. She found herself in immense poverty. Sometimes she was homeless on the streets with her 5 children. But Buchi worked hard, taking on multiple jobs at a time to fend for her children and to see herself through university. She started writing again, and upon graduating university, she published her first book. Buchi's book found success, so that she published several subsequent books, including her critically acclaimed signature novel, The Joys of Motherhood. Before her death, Buchi was the most successful black female writer in Europe and was made an OBE, Order of British Empire, in recognition of her services to literature. The thing is, in life, do not let your circumstances define you. Do not let the things that have happened to you shape your future. Everyone's destiny is in their hands. It's your choice to resign yourself to whatever austerities life presents you, or to pull yourself out of your challenges and triumph. Winston Churchill said, "A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." To succeed, we need to start looking at life through positive lenses and ignore the harshness of our reality. Israel Moore said, "Winners were not born winners. They learned and practiced how to win against all odds." The odds are sometimes against us. What do? Do we resign ourselves to our condition and not make a move? Or do we doggedly pursue our dreams despite the odds? Randy Post said, "No matter how bad things are, you can always make things right." Buchi Emecheta understood that her destiny was in her hands, and although her life had taken a turn for the worse and nothing was panning out, she was determined to pursue her dreams, proving that no one is excusable, that we can all achieve our dreams in spite of whatever we've been through.